Hi everyone, Luke Lewis from guitarvivo.com here, and today I'm going to show you my very easy method for learning where all the notes are on the fretboard. So the method's really simple. I'm just going to teach you 3 scale shapes, and those 3 scale shapes combine to cover the whole fretboard. Those scale shapes are scale shapes for the C major scale, and the C major scale is all the whole notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, no sharps or flats. So in learning these 3 scale shapes, and learning where the notes are on these scale shapes, you will then be able to work out any note you want, because you'll just be able to relate it back to where it sits, either on these scale shapes or near these scale shapes if it's a sharp or a flat. So these scale shapes come from the cage system, which is where we take a C, A, G, E and D chord and we map out our scales or arpeggios in relationship to those. So if I had these 5 shapes and I wanted to work out, I took the 5 shapes for the major scale, I would have the C major shape for the major scale, the A position for the major scale, the G position for the major scale, etc. Today, if we just take the C shape, the G shape and the D shape, and we bring them down to our fretboard, you'll notice that just those shapes, those 3 shapes alone, cover the whole 12 frets. And if you know anything about how your instrument works, you'll know that the next frets from the 12th fret up are actually a repeat of the first 12 frets. So if we learn these 3 shapes, and the starting note, the lowest note in each of these positions, we can just count up the position and work out whatever note we're on. Now, although that's a long way to do it, that's how you can start. Over time, you'll actually just be able to, you'll just remember where each note is in each shape. And the cool thing about this method is you'll then have these 3 scale shapes to use in other positions and other keys. You'll be able to cover the neck in all 12 major keys. So let's start with the first position, this C shape. So this C shape happens down here at the open E string, that's our lowest note. And we're going to go open, 1st fret, 3rd fret, open, 2nd, 3rd, open, 2nd, 3rd, open, 2nd, open, 1st, 3rd, open, 1st, 3rd. That's just an explanation of the diagram. But what you want to be able to do is, knowing that that lowest note is an E, is to be able to stay up the musical alphabet, going E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, to be able to say fluidly the order of notes. And that will help you work out what each of these notes are. You should be able to go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You should be able to say the musical alphabet up and down. G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. So if we need to work out any note in the first position, it will either fall in that scale, so you'll know what it is by counting up to it, or it'll be in between 2 notes in that scale, so it just becomes a sharp or a flat of either of those notes. The next position we're going to use is the G position. So what you'll see is that if I make the C major chord here, it looks like my open G chord. All I'm going to do from here is play this major scale shape that I've drawn out, and know that it starts at the 5th fret, which is an A note. And then I can just practice saying my note names up and down this position. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. So then I know all the whole notes there, and I can work out if anything's a sharp or flat just by adjusting it to the nearest whole note. The last position we're going to look at is this D position. So if you look at the chord I'm making up here for C major, you'll see that that relates to my open D chord. And that starts actually on a D note, and it goes D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. You can just look at the diagram. So now, just by learning those 3 shapes, the lowest note of each of those shapes, I can practice counting up, spelling up and down the shapes. And then from there, I can work out any note I want. And over time, you won't have to count up from the bottom. You'll start to learn what note's at the top, what the last note is, what's on the D string, what's on the G string, and it'll be a lot quicker. But for now, you can use this method to deduce any note on the fretboard just from relating it back to one of these 3 shapes. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you got something from it and it helps you navigate the fretboard. If you've got any questions about it, put it in the comment section below, or you can message me on Facebook. All the links are in the description. If you're interested in learning more from me, I teach my approach to musicianship, improvisation, chord, vocabulary, things like that. I teach that all on my website, guitarvivo.com, and you can check that out. There's a week's trial for just 99 cents. I hope to see you in there, and if not, I'll see you next time on here. Take care, guys.